The tool I like best is called Disable Windows 10 Tracking. Well, they all have similar names, so it's a little bit confusing, but this one's by 10SE1UCGO, and you can see here, this is the address to get it from. Now you can get the Python version here, or if you scroll down, you can find the executable version here, and then you just need to download that. So it is open source, it's written in Python. You're able to revert back once you've made a change if you want to go back from that setting, and it also has an explanation for each of the settings that you can make, and it has a log after it's made the changes, which is good. Now, before you use this tool, I recommend that you do a backup all the things that are important to you, and if you can, create a system restore point. I'll now take you through all the options so you can understand what needs to be enabled and disabled, and even if you don't use this tool, it gives you a better understanding of what exactly is enabled and disabled as part of disabling tracking. So I have the executable version here, and this will need to be run as an administrator because it needs to make changes that require administrator access, such as changes to the host file. And this is the interface here. So the first thing to be aware of is the modes. You've got privacy and you've got revert. Now the privacy mode is where it's going to make all of the privacy changes, and the revert mode is when you want to go back on the changes that you've made. So obviously we want to be on the privacy mode to start with to make the changes. Now the first one is services. This gives you the ability to disable or delete two services, and those services are the diagnostics tracking service and the WAP push message routing service, both of which you don't want for the purposes of stopping tracking. So disable is pretty safe, delete is getting rid of them completely. So disable is fine. Next is clear diag track log. This clears and disables rights to the log located in the Program Data Microsoft Diagnostics ETL logs auto logger. And if you hover over these, you'll see an explanation, a rough explanation of what these things are. Next is telemetry. Now, you'll notice that if you click on telemetry, it will automatically select this because it is this method that is disabling your telemetry, and that is adding IP addresses to the host file. Now, telemetry is settings, privacy, feedback and diagnostics. So it's this, it's disabling that. And here is the host file. This is usually located in the Windows System 32 driver etc. If I right click on this, open with Notepad, there you'll see the host file content. The next one you have is block even more tracking domains. If I select that one here. Now if I go in menu and options, you'll see we have domains to be blocked, and then we've got the extra domains to be blocked. So this top one here is this, and this one here is this, the extra ones. So you can add or remove any domains that you wish. Now you can search online for any extra domains that you might want to remove. Now, if you just do a simple search for Windows 10 IP addresses to block, you'll find forums and other things where you can add extra here to block. But do note this could disable certain functionality that you do want, but you know, these are all things that need to be tested. The next one is block tracking IP addresses. What makes this different is this is blocking using the Windows firewall, and you'll see firewall rules that have been created if you select this. These firewall rules you'll notice because they will be titled Tracking IPX, replacing X with the IP address numbers. This one switches off Defender and Wi-Fi Sense data collection. Defender is the antivirus for Windows, so it stops messages being sent from there. That is a security issue to stop those. Wi-Fi Sense is a way of sending Wi-Fi passwords of networks that you've connected to and you have access to other people that you know. This is a potential privacy issue, but is something that you can configure. Stop Defender is changing the automatic sample submission and the delivery optimization download mode. And Wi-Fi Sense is changing the credential share and the openness settings. Then you have OneDrive, simply uninstalling OneDrive. So we have this set for privacy. All we need to do now is click Go. So we click Go. And here we can see the results, and we get this little log here, and it creates a log here you can read. Some error messages there that we can follow up on. So we've got an access denied for Windows Defender. That's fine. And we can check out some of the changes that it's made. So there's the host file. No change has been made to that. That's because we need to refresh. Open that in Notepad. And there you see all the changes to the host file. All of these are getting sent to 0.0.0.0. And if we look at the firewall, if we look at outbound connections, there we can see the IP addresses that are being blocked. Remote address, any protocol, any port, all of these are being blocked. So these are the ones that are hard coded into DLLs within the operating system. And there you have it. Now, of course, you can revert back if you want. So if we right click, run as administrator, click yes, and set the things that we want to revert back. We'll not revert back that because that takes a little bit of time. Revert, go, and we get our report. We can check the host file. We can see all of those IP addresses are no longer being sent to the home, and refreshing those, we can see all of the firewall rules have been removed again. So, nice little tool.